Farro once again. What's up, 23% Nation? This is your man, Coach D. Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to welcome you to Whole Grain of the Day, the one and only Farro. So maybe you've never heard of Farro before, maybe you've eaten it, maybe you never even knew it existed. Well, whatever the case may be, please listen on. Why? Because we're about to dive into the wonderful world of Farro. All right, first up, just a little bit of background information. Farro is a type of ancient wheat grain, right? Now, for those of us who know nothing about farro, it's also called emmer. So, whether you refer to it as farro or emmer, it's still the same ancient wheat grain. Also, it's found in many Mediterranean, Ethiopian, or Middle Eastern restaurants. So that probably means that that's where the particular ancient grain originated from. So if you're looking to try farro out for the first time, you probably may not want to make it on your own. Just go ahead and visit your local Mediterranean, Ethiopian, or Middle Eastern restaurant. All right, guys, now for a few fun facts. Number one, farro. It's acquired the nickname Pharaoh's wheat since it was popular in ancient Egypt before spreading to Italy. Also, we need to know that it does contain gluten, which, by the way, is simply a wheat protein. Now, unfortunately, some people have allergies towards gluten or their bodies simply cannot tolerate gluten. So, whether you have the intolerance or the allergy towards gluten, please stay away from farro. Also, it looks similar to wheat berries. And last but not least, farro does have a chewy texture and mild taste, which makes it a good alternative to rice, quinoa, buckwheat, barley, and spelt. All right, now here's something new. I wanted to offer you a few buying tips if in fact you are interested in purchasing any farro. So here we go. To make sure you get the most benefits, look for whole farro and avoid kinds that are labeled as pearled, which means the farro has been partially processed and some of the nutrients and fiber have been removed. Also, you might find farro sold in different brand grades, long, medium, or cracked grades. It's best to buy long or medium, which means it hasn't been yet cracked and should be fresher, retaining more nutrients that can be lost when the grain is cracked. So basically what this means is that when you're purchasing your farro, you want to look for terms such as cracked, terms such as pearled, because all that simply means is that the farro has undergone some type of processing, which unfortunately reduces its nutrient and fiber content. So there you have it, guys. Just a few buying tips from Coach D. Why? Because I want to make sure that the farro that you consume is the most nutrient. All right, now let's talk about the 520 rule. Now, guys, remember something. The 520 rule only pertains to food labels, right? Plus, it's a guide that lets you know whether or not the food item is high or low in a particular nutrient, right? So when we look at our food labels, we always want to notice the column that says percent daily value, or DV for short. So if the food item offers anywhere from 0% to upwards of 9% of any particular nutrient, that simply means that that food item is not a good source of that particular nutrient. Next, if it offers 10% DV to 19% DV of any particular nutrient, then it is a good source of that nutrient. And lastly, if the food item offers 20% DV or higher, then it is an excellent source of that particular nutrient. So now that we're familiar with the 520 rule, let's see how it plays out when we talk about the nutrition facts. So for today's nutrition facts, as far as farro is concerned, we're simply going to say that a serving size is equivalent to a half cup of uncooked farro. So in this serving size, which once again is only half a cup, we're going to get about 150 calories, 34 grams of carbs, 7 to 8 grams of fiber, that's great, and also 7 to 8 grams of protein, even better. Now there's only 1 gram of sugar and only 1 gram of fat. Now when it comes to the vitamins and the minerals, let's now dive into the 520 rule. Now the first vitamin is niacin. It comes in at 15% DV. So being that 15% is between 10 and 19%, then it is a good source of niacin. Now let's talk about magnesium. Magnesium comes in at 15% DV, which means it is a good source of magnesium. Iron comes in at 10%. Now, yes, it is on the lower side, but it is still considered a good source of iron. Also, we have thiamine, which comes in at 10% DV, so it is a good source of thiamine. Also, zinc comes in at 10% too. So, a serving of farro is a good source of zinc. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We now know which vitamins and which minerals and all the other nutrients, how they cater to the 520 rule. All right, now let's talk about the health benefits. Now here's something that I want to discuss before we dive into the health benefits. It's called the principle of cause and effect, which basically states that every cause has its effect and every effect has its cause. There is no such thing as luck or chance. In other words, everything happens for a reason. So what does this really mean, Coach D? Well, what it simply means is that you don't become healthy by becoming lucky, and you don't develop a disease by being unlucky. Everything that you put in your body does something, right? So we can simply say that the nutrients that we put into our body are the causes and the health benefits are the effects. So now that we understand the principle of cause and effect, let's now talk about the health benefits. Number one, it's high in fiber. Now, we all know that Coach D refers to fiber as nature's plumber. So, if you're looking to reduce your cholesterol levels or maybe reduce the prevalence of constipation that you're experiencing, then you definitely want to consume more farro. Also, farro improves immunity and heart health. It is a good source of protein. It's high in B vitamins. It's a good source of antioxidants. And it also provides iron, magnesium, and zinc. Now, you got to understand something, that when you provide your body with all of these amazing nutrients, guess what happens? The body can survive and thrive. So there you have it, guys. Not one, but a whole bunch of health benefits. All right, now it's time to go to our website for everything vegan. Say hello to forksoverknives.com. And by the way, while you're there, watch the movie. All right, so I did just a little bit of research on our website for everything vegan, and look at what I found. 2 amazing vegan farro recipes that I would like to share with you right now. Now, the first one is entitled Farro Cranberry Squares. Take a look at the picture. Looks scrumptious. And then our second recipe is entitled Baby Kale Salad with Farro Grapes and Oranges. Take a look at that picture. Looks amazing, doesn't it? So, if you are inclined to make either one of these dishes, all you have to do is click on the description box, and I'm providing you with a direct link to each recipe. So, go check it out. You'll find the ingredients, you'll find the instructions, and it'll let you know exactly what you need to do in order to prepare this for yourself plus at least 2 other people. So, go ahead and try it, and then write me a comment and let me know how it tastes. All right, 23% Nation, I hear you. A lot of you say, all right, Coach D, I like the fun facts, I like the background information, but what I really want to know is, when should I eat more farro? Well, for those of us who are wondering, the perfect day, and I do mean the perfect day to consume more farro, is Nature Day. What? Nature Day? Yes, Nature Day. Guys, Nature Day is the first day of the 23% challenge, which, by the way, is a monthly 7-day wellness program that is designed to help improve your health, your wealth, your relationships, and it also helps to save planet Earth. Now, here's something that you need to know about the challenge, is that it is the first 7 days of every single month. That's right, guys, the first 7 days of every single month. Now, being that Nature Day is the first day of the challenge, well, Nature Day is simply the first day of every single month. So whether it's January 1st, March 1st, or even May 1st, it's always Nature Day. All right, now some of us are probably a little interested in Nature Day. If so, please listen on. If not, fast forward. Guys, Nature Day is all about getting closer to nature. Now, yes, there are plenty of things that you can do to get closer to nature. You can go to a petting zoo. You can go adopt an animal. You can go swim in a lake, in the ocean, or maybe even a pond, right? But Coach D wants you to get closer to nature by simply eating it. That's right. Eat more plants is what I like to say. Now, for those of us who are considering transitioning to a more whole food plant-based diet, Coach D wants you to start off with Nature Day. Now, I've coined 3 new terms that I believe can help anyone who is in transition, right? So you may want to try to become a 3% vegan. And what that simply means is that you're only going to eat plant foods and drink water only 1 day out of an entire month. The second type is called a 13% vegan. That translates to 4 days out of every single month to only eat plant foods and drink only water. Now we have the third type, which is a 23% vegan. That translates to eating only plant foods and drinking only water the first 7 days of every single month. So, whether you want to become a 3% vegan, 13% vegan, or a 23% vegan like Coach D, all you have to do is just only consume plant foods and drink only water for those either 1 day, 4 days, or 7 days. All right. Now, because I want you to have a very successful Nature Day, I'm going to offer you a few tips. So, tip number 1 is to go to your local grocery store. And all you're going to do is hang out in the produce section. Why? Well, because that's where all of your plant foods are located. So if we start with the 5 food groups, we can talk about fruits, we can talk about vegetables and herbs, we can talk about legumes, meaning beans and peas, we can talk about whole grains, right? And let's not forget about nuts and seeds. So when you go to your local grocery store, that's what you're going to look for, the 5 food groups of plant foods. Next up is a farmer's market. Now, you may not know where a farmer's market is located in your part of the country. All you have to do is a quick Google search. Believe it or not, there are some advantages to shopping at a farmer's market versus a grocery store. For instance, less pesticides, less herbicides. Also, the produce may cost less. Why? Because it's local produce, not from a different country or a different part of our country. Also, you can go to the prepared dishes section of your grocery store. Now, when you walk over there, make sure you talk to the person who's behind the counter and ask them if they have any vegan or vegetarian options, right? Now, before you purchase the food, be sure to taste test it. Very important because that'll let you know whether you like it or don't like it. Now, providing you do like it after tasting it, then just simply buy it by the pound. Maybe 1 pound, maybe 2 pounds. And my 4th tip is to go eat at a vegan restaurant. That's right, guys, a vegan restaurant. Let the experts do the cooking for you. Vegan restaurants are amazing because they not only have a wide selection of plant foods, but they also employ chefs who know how to combine the perfect plant foods to give you the perfect taste, right? So if you decide to go this avenue, then do me a favor. When you get there, let the people know that Coach D sent you. And number 2, be sure to order something with Farro in it. So there you have it, guys. 4 quick tips to make sure that you have a successful nature day. All right, 23% Nation and myself, we all want to know, which Farro recipe do you prefer? Is it the first one, or maybe the second one, or maybe, just maybe, you have a vegan Farro recipe that you would like to share with us? So whether you want to take one of mine or share one of yours, just write your response in the comment box below. Guys, I want to thank you for watching. I definitely want to thank you for listening. As always, let's eat well, feel well, think well, do well, be well. This is your man, Coach D. I'm signing out, but before I do, I gotta ask you to please subscribe and like the video, especially if you love Farro. Also, don't forget to use our 3-word mantra. It's hashtag eat more plants. As stated before, my name is Coach D. I'm signing out. Always remember to take care, God bless, and never ever forget that Coach D loves you.